Okay, I thought I was filming earlier, but I did a bunch of stuff. Well, I did some stuff and I didn't get it on video. Cut up the 40-ounce bottle bottom with the glass cutter. I got a combination of the glass cutter scoring device and the pliers. So let me get the rest of this on film. I already scored this. I do a freehand, right? I try to do as carefully as possible. And I'm gonna cut the rest of this up like a pie shape as well. I kind of missed the center line on this one. I was hoping to get the center line, but once I start, I don't want to stop in the middle of that score line, so I continued. Anyway, let's see how this works. It works pretty good on the smaller one. The large one I haven't done in a while. You just center it on there. Push down, clamp it, and it'll snap it right on the score line. So let's see, I'll try to do this one as neatly as possible. Well, I don't know. Kind of don't want to cut this down. This looks like a pretty usable piece just like it is. Let's see. I'll do this one as a smaller piece to demonstrate. And it's kind of important to have not much of a lip on this end, so just in case, I'll take it back just a little more. Put some pretty good pressure on there, just make sure that score line is there, and make sure you got the curve the same way I do. It's kind of the opposite way. See how this is curved, where the convexity is downward, and this one has got the convexity upward. Push down, snaps pretty easily. So 2 small arrowheads out of this. I probably could have gotten one a little bit larger if I had knapped it the other way and not cut it in half, but I wanted to demonstrate that. Now, will it work on Obsidian? That's a good question. I can't remember if I've tried it on Obsidian or not. I'm going to try to cut this squirt and snap it, see how it works. I imagine it's going to have to be pretty thin first before it'll work. It seems to squirt okay. And again, the opposite way. The convexity is downward here and the convexity is upward there. It's not really gripping. It's sliding off because it's not flat. See, when I push down it slides off. Yeah, let's see if I'll try it later on a flake. I don't have flakes available just yet, so let's see. I think I can get a flake off of this one. I really do want to try the glass cutter on Obsidian. I cut a bunch of regular glass. I really do want to answer the question on the Obsidian. I want to try to get a flat enough flake that I can Try to cut it in half or something. Okay, so I'm not doing that on purpose. I'm trying to start the score line. Okay, it's more difficult to score than regular glass, but there we go. Let's see. Convexity that way, and then convexity the other way. Yep, it works. So for those of you who wondered, it's not perfect because on the top here it didn't follow the score line perfectly, but it pretty much followed it 90% of the way. That'll come in handy, I'm sure, for a lot of you guys, especially with slabs. Should cut just the same as sheet glass. So that was kind of cool. See if I can do it again. Anyway, let's see if I can cut this in half. It's kind of a shame because these are good pieces for arrowheads. No, I'm not going to do it. I want to save these for arrowheads. So in the process of whittling this down, if I find a good piece, I'll cut it. Something that I won't be able to use for an arrowhead. And I don't want to use this material because it's really nice. I don't want to experiment with it. That's why I'm saving these two, because it's a really nice quality obsidian. But if I get down to where I can cut a flake that's not going to be good for arrowheads, I'll do it again. Okay. But this video itself is going to be just a regular blade. No notches on this one. I'm just getting back into doing the glass after that torture flint. Torture Creek flint. Or something like that. It's a river cobble, right? So yeah, these are excellent for arrowheads, bird points, or whatever you want to call them. True arrow points. I like this high quality stuff. See if I can get a, let's see if I can get it to show the translucency. I need to move this lamp to a advantageous position. It's high quality obsidian, as you can see, hopefully. The lower quality stuff kind of has a greenish tint to it. Although I've heard that some of the green stuff is very high quality. I have some that's kind of that greenish tint that it snaps in half extremely easily, so I call it low quality, but it may just be the batch that I have. Yeah, not all obsidian is created equal, for those of you who don't know. There's some obsidian that's very, very delicate. You cannot take it for granted at all. It's extremely brittle. Snaps in half easily. On these perfect platforms, I don't know. Maybe they're not perfect after all. Maybe I'm wrong on the angle or something. Might be able to cut this in half. So yeah, I think this is called the dorsal side and this is the ventral side in the archaeological texts. So I score the ventral side. Yeah, it does score, but it doesn't score nearly as deeply as glass with the same amount of pressure. It doesn't score as easily. Yep, but it works even with the shallow score, with the scoring tool or whatever you call this. I don't even know how to use all the features on it. I think this is for plate glass, to snap off little sections of plate glass. These are the thicknesses for plate glass. I haven't found any this thick. That would be awesome. I found them, this one up here, of course, and I think I have a few pieces that are that thick, but I wish I could find some plate glass that's that thick. Some of you commercial glass users might know the source, as I looked in the hardware stores and they only have the thin stuff. I'm feeling itchy already from touching my pants with my underside of my forearm, and I feel the glass itching me already. All right, so that it works. So that answers that question for those who are wondering if you could score obsidian and cut it with a glass cutter. Okay. Let's get back to our biface. Now, where do I get these? I got this at Hobby Lobby. Got this at Hobby Lobby, and I think I got this at Lowe's. But I'm pretty sure that comes in a set, right? You can also get this as part of a set together, maybe. I don't know, but when I bought this, I think I bought this separately, and just by coincidence, they're both red in color. Okay. I've cut a lot of glass with that combination. I've made some windows from scratch. I do some woodwork and stuff, so I made some windows from scratch. They're not the kind that you can slide up and down. They're just the wooden frame with the glass in the wooden frame, and it's pretty simple as far as cutting the glass for those goes. But I've made some, and I ended up cutting a whole bunch of glass. All right. Did that for a project I was working on a long time ago. All right. So this set is pretty old. I'm pretty sure they still make these. Just my luck, they don't make them anymore. That would be terrible. Not sure why. Oh, this is adjustable for the depth, I suppose. Feels kind of loose. Anyway, let's see. Okay. Some of you glass workers can add your comments if you want, just to give us more of more ideas on how to cut this stuff. There's some banding in here, so hopefully that won't affect the flaking too much. I can already see that it's something weird going on here. We'll see. This is such a different ball game than the torture flint. I mean, it gets thin quickly. Yeah, I guess that wasn't too much of an issue, but I do see an internal crack. I don't know. It's like a little semi-circle. Well, it's like an arched crack in here. It's kind of a weird effect. I don't know if that's part of the Obsidian or if I did that. I'm going to try to get rid of that. Still see a little bit of it right there, but it doesn't seem to interfere with the flaking. That focus is terrible today. Well, I might have spoke too soon. you can see a little bit of a difference in the texture of the obsidian, which means that that crack may have been the reason for this strange break. Yeah, obsidian is very sharp, just in case you didn't know. Let's see. And if any of you guys know where to get slabs of black glass, just regular glass, let me know. If you don't want to reveal it to the public, send me an email or something. I'd love to get a hold of slabs of black glass. And not the smoky translucent type, you know, solid black if possible. If not, then the smoky color dark glass is okay, as long as it goes all the way through the glass and it's not just a tint on the outside. I've gone down to my local glass shop and they have slabs of black glass for sale, but it's like, I don't know, last time I checked it was like $60 for a little piece, quarter-inch thick and like a 12 by 12. I think that's what it was, just ridiculously expensive. And then they had blocks of black glass that people use for mosaics. They chip off pieces of it or they cut it somehow and they use it for mosaics, and that's even more expensive if it comes in a big block. I'm looking for just sheet glass that's like, you know, quarter-inch thick, that doesn't cost $60 a square foot or whatever it was. It was a high amount. I can't remember now. I know I can get sheet glass that's a window pane thick for like $7 a square foot, and that's for stained glass windows and stuff. But that kind of glass is like knapping hard candy. It's really not that great, although you can make arrowheads out of it. And it's on my list for a knapping video, a stained glass type stuff, or the glass that's used for stained glass windows. It can be knapped, but you get really small points out of it. So I'm looking for something thicker. The word got out that I was looking for white glass, so I got a bunch of this stuff from a friend of mine. That's a white glass countertop, and he got it from a job site. So they used to use it back in the day for countertops, especially in businesses like diners and butcher shops and stuff. But today you can't find that stuff. At least I don't know where to find it. You have to get it from remodelers or whatever, because they tear it out and they throw it in the trash unless someone claims that they want to use it. Okay. That white glass it's pretty cool because it looks like white novaculite when you make an arrowhead out of it, and you don't have to spend a ton of money on the novaculite or mess with the heat treating or anything. Alright, so that's pretty straightforward bifacing I'm going to use indirect percussion to thin this down and just make a regular blade out of it. But I've got to I got to cut the video short here and clean my phone. For some reason, after the last set of videos, the memory is all gunked up. I got to clear the memory out. I tried just before this video to clear out all the memory, but it's only giving me like 6 more minutes of video time total, and that's not right. So I'll stop it here and I'll try to fix the phone memory issue, and I'll be back.